Hey there, it's Pete over at the Sampleist, and today we are checking out the Evolution Baritone Electric from Orange Tree Samples. As some of you may know, I am primarily a guitarist, and you cannot achieve the gorgeous and varied tones from a baritone just by downtuning a standard electric guitar. So the Evolution Baritone Electric is a very special instrument. In true Orange Tree Samples style, you get lots of different articulations, lovely pristine sampling, and of course lots of different presets that just sound brilliant out of the box. And of course you can customize your tone and effects as well. There's also a strummer and a chord player. The Evolution Baritone Electric downloads at 4.36 gigabytes and requires the free version of Kontakt. It is also NKS compatible. It currently sells for $179 US. However, Orange Tree Samples do have regular sales. In this video, we're going to check out the guitar and do an overview of sounds and features, and then I've thrown it into a composition so we can see what it's like to compose with. So without further ado, let's jump in. And here we have the Evolution Baritone electric guitar loaded up in complete control. At this point, I would like to thank Orange Tree Samples for sending over a copy of the library. Obviously, it does not influence any thoughts or outcomes or ideas we have. However, I have to say, as soon as I load this up and start playing out the box, it sounded fantastic. Now, I've loaded up the Evolution Baritone Electric, and with no effects, it sounds like this. So the sampling is absolutely brilliant. I love the sounds you get when you take your fingers off. The release, it sounds just like a guitar. Sounds very, very natural. And across the whole range, it sounds great. And of course it goes down to the low A, which does the job. And then we have different sort of mute, slides, and different effects at the top. Now, if I start going through the out-of-the-box presets, and this is where VSTs are quite interesting, because if you use third-party effects, you could spend hours and hours and hours just trying to get the sound you want. However, if I, let's say, go for double rotary. So I want a rotary guitar sound. It's there straight away. Classic trem, I use this all the time. Some slightly bizarre playing there, but yeah, the sound, it's just brilliant. And you got that kind of like mute if you play it legato, if you play it separated, you get sustain. Yeah, it does sound great. So let's go feeder thoughts. Just sounds fantastic. Kill switch. Brilliant. Neptune City. I love having that low A. Absolutely brilliant. Railroad, I can't speak today. Railroad Diner. Yep, sounds brilliant. Rotary Club. Yeah, love it. And let's just play one more. Turbograss. Absolutely brilliant. Now, if you look over to the main GY, we have our baritone there. And you can see, if you use velocity, you can go between sustain. If you play it softly, you get a palm mute. And you can set up different articulations. So mute can be, you can do it through, let's do a key switch. So I've just loaded a key switch, which is on F#0. I want to mute. Let's say I want harmonics. I'll do it as a key switch as well. So that's F. So just keep the key switch held down. And you get the, sorry, I love the sound of the release. It's in stereo as well, very, very cool. And then grace note, I'm just going to do that using a key switch as well. Sounds brilliant. So yeah, you can use any way you want to. So I've got different MIDI surfaces, so I probably would set it to those as well. But having said that, using the key switch is really, really easy. Then we have a strummer. So I'm just going to go to, let's have a quick look. Is it Rotary Club? Yeah, I love that sound. So if we want to strum, click Learn, and you can set a key switch. So now my F0 is a strum, but I've actually not loaded up a strummer. That's all tempo synced with your DAW, so I was actually strumming halfway through there. and changing chord. But all you got to do is just hold down the key switch you set up, and you just change the chords. So if I want to play that F, not doing a great job there of changing in time, but to program is really easy. It's just block chords with the key switch held down, and it works really well. And of course you can change how many beats you're using, you can customize them, use some swing to humanize it. It just works really, really well. And you've got all of these different strum patterns. So yeah, if I play something a bit lower, sounds great. And then we got some chords. Now the chords are triggered by the key switches. Okay, so that's held notes only. And they can have automatic chords. So based on what you're playing, it will turn it into a more guitar standard voicing. Which is great. And then you can throw in your own custom chords as well. So yeah, from different presets. One note power chord. Okay, so oh yeah, you can learn new chord. There we go. So that's not what I was doing. You can adjust the tone as well. Now I love these presets, and I personally just would use these out of the box, but you've got lots of different ways you can adjust the tone of the guitar, which is very cool. And then if you click on setup, you can adjust the pickup, the guitar signal, the multi-tracking if it's double tracked. You can see just by a drop down, so you can quad track it if you want to. Multi-track humanization, so it does sound like there's more than one performer. And auto panning, so when you're recording live guitars at home, you might hard pan left, hard pan right, then a quarter left, quarter right, etc. And it takes a long time. Here you can just quad track, have auto panning so it fills out the stereo field, and then have humanization on so it's not a carbon copy of each other. So it sounds like it's been recorded 4 times. Really, really cool stuff. So there we go. It's a really straightforward instrument, but it sounds incredible. And the proof is in the pudding. How does it work in a composition? Well, that's what we're going to find out now. When I hear baritone, I normally think spaghetti western. And I love writing spaghetti western. So I've just put together a really, really quick 1 minute or so demo in a spaghetti western style, just to see how the Evolution Baritone Electric holds up. And I have to say, and I will talk about it later, but I am incredibly impressed. My spaghetti western demo is really, really straightforward. It's 2 sections. Section A is in 3/4, then section B is in 4/4. And I've only used 3 Evolution Baritone tracks, and the reason being, when you record spaghetti western music, you've got a lot of effects going on, different tones, and you don't want to clutter up the mix, so you need a guitar that is going to fill out the mix straight away with 1 or 2 tracks. And I have to admit, the Evolution Baritone really does that. Normally I'd record my own live guitars in, but I don't own a baritone, and I do use them a lot in spaghetti western music, so this one for me has already found its way into my template. Now there's plenty of other things going on, but we're just going to focus on the guitar, and I love nothing more than just chords that are sustained and have the amazing tremolo effect. They sound perfect, and the MIDI, I'm just sort of glissandoing the chords, and yeah, they're not massive chords at that either, so you can see very loosely on the beat, and it just works really, really well. So I love the sound, and then we've got a melody that is doubled. Oops. So the sizzling slapback preset. I love the guitar sounds in between the notes, so the noises of the player. Now, if I just play this along with the, let's just say the percussion. Nice and straightforward, isn't it? But it just sounds brill. And then in the mix, so I'll just unsolo everything. It really fills out the mix just with 2 tracks. If I mute those 2 tracks and just play everything else. The guitar really does become the backbone of the composition. Now, next section, go to 4/4, we speed up the tempo, and I'm using the strumming and I'm keeping the jangly chords going. So let's just hear the strum. Okay, so the strumming works really, really well. And you can see from the guitar diagram, the notes I was playing actually, I was playing root 3rd and 5th, which when you play guitar, you tend to play a root, and then you play a 5th, then you play an octave, then you play the 3rd. So I should have stuck to those voicings, but I didn't. But yeah, that's not for every chord, but just generally. And then I am using another strummer, and I'm just going to play these 2 together so you can hear how in sync they are. So we've got a nylon, and then we have the Evolution Baritone. So it makes a really, really solid rhythm section. And then of course, I've got my jangly chords going on. And then we swap around the melody across different instruments. Bit more of a drum beat going on, so it's a bit more upbeat. But yeah, the whole section sounds like this. And there we go. Now, again, if I just take off the guitars, well, the Evolution guitars, I can leave the strumming on. And I've just noticed every time that whoops. I love that Cubase bug. Every time that I started playing, I will start from there for some reason. So I'm going to start from there this time. And I soloed them. I meant to mute them. Silly. So you can hear how they fill out the sound absolutely massively. And really, that's all there is to the composition. Really, really straightforward. It's just a snippet of a spaghetti western. And I've not used a lot of my instrument groups. This is my spaghetti western template, as it were. But yeah, really, really impressed with the sound quality, how it sits in the mix, the playability, the range of timbres. Everything's just baked right in. So if you need a baritone guitar, this is absolutely fantastic. As ever, to close the video, I have some ending thoughts about the Evolution baritone guitar from Orange Tree Samples. It has filled a composing palette void for me because, as I've said, I do not own a baritone guitar, but I feel like I do because the attention to detail, the quality of sampling, it's absolutely superb, but there's also nuance, there's playability. It just feels like you have the guitar in your studio. I love the fact there are so many presets with lots of different effects, but you also have the option of recording it in completely clean and then adding your own plugins and effects. And I've spent hours recording live guitars and playing with plugins, but I have to admit, for my baritone guitars, I'm just going to use the out-the-box sounds because they are absolutely exceptional. Is it a recommendation? As long as you need a baritone guitar, this is a huge recommendation. I think Orange Tree Samples have absolutely smashed this one. All that leads me to say, once again, is thank you so much to Orange Tree Samples for sending over a copy of the Evolution baritone so I could make this video. If you like what you heard, feel free to leave a like on the video and drop us a comment. What do you like about the instrument and how would you use it? If you've not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and check out our other videos on YouTube, and then head over to thesampleist.com to find out a little bit more about us and see what is going on in the world of virtual instruments. Until next time, have a great day and we will speak again very soon.